tele-rally is an event music hold. Please, this event may be monitored. Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you for participating in our tele-rally this evening with special guests, President Donald J. Trump and candidate for U.S. Senate, Barry Moore. Let's kick it off tonight, and together we'll enjoy some amazing music by Lee Greenwood, God Bless the USA. So please sit back now and enjoy the music as we begin the event.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. But I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Well, good evening once again, everyone. And thank you for being with us for the tele-rally. And my name is Sherry, and I'll be your moderator for the event. And at the conclusion of President Trump's remarks, we will be asking you a special poll question. You'll have an opportunity to participate, so please do stay on the line with us throughout the entire tele-rally. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce to you candidate for U.S. Senate, Barry Moore.
Thank you, Sherry, and thank you for joining us tonight. Congressman Barry Moore, I'm a husband, a father, an Army National Guard veteran, small businessman, and a lifelong Alabama conservative. I was the first elected official in America to endorse Donald Trump back in 2015, and I've proudly stood with him ever since, fighting to secure the border, protect. I'm honored to have President Trump's endorsement in this race, and I'm grateful he's taken time to speak directly to Alabama voters tonight. It is now my privilege to introduce my favorite president, the 45th and 47th President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump.
Well, thank you very much, Barry, and it was really a lot of fun getting to know you. You're a terrific guy, and you love Alabama like I do. I won it every single time, and that includes primaries. It would be 6-0, and there's a reason. They like me, and I like them. but it's really important to get out and vote in this election. It's going on your state 5 days from now. Think about that. 5 days in Alabama. And Barry's a fantastic guy. He's been a friend of mine for a long time. I'm asking you to get out and vote for Congressman Barry Moore in the Republican primary runoff election for U.S. Senate. He'll be a great senator. He'll represent you well. Barry will fight for you in the Senate like no one has ever fought before. Although I have to tell you, Tommy is great, and Tommy's going to do very well for governor. So I think you got a good one there, too. I have to give him a little statement. He was fantastic, Tommy Tuberville. But the polls open Tuesday, June 16th at 7 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. So go and vote for Barry. Barry Moore is my complete and total endorsement. He's the best America first candidate you can imagine. And he's been with me since the very beginning. He was one of the earliest people, maybe the earliest elected official in the entire country to endorse me all the way back in 2015. So he did a good job for me, and hopefully he did a good job for you. I think that's why you give me votes where I win by record. We had the record highest vote 3 times, the highest vote in the history of Alabama. So that's something very special. I made the commencement address at University of Alabama, and it was great. We had incredible people. Barry's proud, very proud to be a veteran. He's dedicated his entire life to fighting for Alabama. Before he ran for Congress, as you probably know, Barry was a highly successful businessman and an accomplished state representative. People loved him. He was even named Alabama's most effective legislator. Just think of that. He was named Alabama's most effective legislator. I didn't know that, Barry. Now I even like you more. And I guarantee he's going to be one of the best there is in the U.S. Senate. In Congress, Barry's been essential to being really the friend of MAGA, like almost nobody else. He voted to help us fully secure our southern border. So we had, the numbers just came out, over the last 11 months, we had nobody coming through our southern border that wasn't allowed to come in. We take people that want to come in, they have to come in legally. We had nobody. We had 25 million people come in through the Biden administration, which was the worst administration probably in history. He was the worst president in history. It was terrible. And we can't ever let a thing like that happen. What he did to this country, it's hard to believe. But Barry voted yes on the largest ever investment in the United States military. He was a strong advocate for that, as I am. And probably you heard that today we settled up with Iran. We made a great deal. There'll be no nuclear weapons. People will start coming home very soon. It's pretty much completed. We got everything we wanted. The big thing is there will be no nuclear weapons in Iran. That means not developed and not purchased. They had a clause they won't develop. I said, what about purchasing? They said, well, we didn't cover that. So 2 days later, they agreed to that, too. We got everything we wanted. But he also helped Barry to deliver the largest working-class tax cuts in American history, including no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, and they are great. As your next Senator, Barry will continue to fight tirelessly to grow Alabama's economy, lower your cost of living, and promote made in the USA, and champion American energy dominance, keep our border secure, safest border we've ever had. Number one, it was the most unsafe in history, and now it's the safest in history, just a short time later. And by the way, I'm in Washington, D.C. It was a very crime-ridden place. Now it's one of the safest cities in the country. And you probably see we fixed up all the fountains, we fixed up all the statues, everything's beautiful, new grass. You come to Washington, but now it's one of the safest cities in the country. It was one of the most unsafe cities, and we did that with in Louisiana, New Orleans. We sent our people there, and crime is down 77%. In Memphis, Tennessee, crime is down 79%. And in Washington, I would say it's probably 92, 93%. It's actually amazing, and it's a lesser form of crime. So it's really been amazing. But Barry will also ensure, and he's been totally with law and order, protect our veterans, safeguard our sacred elections, which are horrible, frankly. We need the Save America Act so badly, and protect our always under siege Second Amendment. And I've done that for a long time now. It's not easy with these people that we have in Washington. It's not easy at all. but I've saved it 100%. Most importantly, Barry's the best person to take the radical left Democrats and stop their efforts to throw open our borders, and they will throw them back open. They had an open border policy where people were allowed to come into our country who were from prisons, they were criminals, they were drug dealers, they were from mental institutions, and they were murderers. And they were allowed to freely come into our country, and we're getting them out. We got many of them out. We had 11,888 murderers allowed in our country, and we've gotten most of them out, many of them out. Some of them murdered more than one people. About 52% murdered more than one. One murdered 7 people, and he was allowed to be in our country. We got him the hell out of here. It's so terrible that what Biden did to this country. But another thing that they wanted is let men play in women's sports. And I said, you got to be kidding. And Barry's with me on just about everything. I can't imagine there's anything that he's not with me on. But also, while we're at it, John Wall is a terrific guy. He's running for lieutenant governor. I hope you know that he has my complete and total endorsement also. And as I said, Governor, I tell you, he's going to be a great governor, Tommy Tuberville. It sounds right. He was a wonderful football coach. He's a great friend of mine. He was a great senator, actually. I was a little disappointed he left the Senate, but you're going to have a replacement that's going to be phenomenal. But Tommy Tuberville is running for governor, and I hope you're going to vote for him, too. So Barry Moore is a true fighter, and I'm asking Alabama to get out and vote for Barry Moore for the U.S. Senate. And again, polls open on Tuesday, June 16th at 7 a.m., and they close at 7 p.m. And for more information on the election, polling locations, go to swampthevoteusa.com. That's swampthevoteusa.com. So I just want to thank all of the people from Alabama. You're unbelievable people. You look like friends. I love it. I love the state. We moved a lot of big agencies there, and you know all about it, the biggest. They were all after other states were after them. We moved them into Alabama. They fought for it, and they got it. And I just want to thank you very much. And Barry, good luck, and you'll be great. Go ahead and vote for Barry on Tuesday. And Barry, I'll turn it back to you. Thank you very much, Alabama. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, thank you for your leadership and your friendship and obviously your endorsement. And I want to thank everyone who joined us tonight. Folks, you just heard directly from President Trump. There are a lot of Republicans in Alabama, conservatives, but President Trump looked at this race. He looked at the candidates, and he made a choice. He endorsed me. He knows my record. He knows where I stand. And he knows I will be ready on day one to help him deliver on the promises he made to the American people. That's what this election's about. We have a border to secure. We have spending to rein in. We have judges we need to confirm. We have American energy to unleash. And we once again have a generational opportunity to make this America First agenda permanent. President Trump does the job. He needs people around him who can walk into the Senate and immediately help him get this job done. I've been in those fights. I've cast those tough votes. I stood up to the Washington establishment. I fought to secure our border, defend the Second Amendment, protect our unborn, and stop reckless spending. The Heritage Foundation rated me the most conservative member of Congress from Alabama. And while fighting those battles in Washington, my office has helped thousands of families solve problems and recover millions of dollars that you were owed. That's our values in delivering conservative results. Now, let me tell you what concerns me most over the next final days. It's not the polls. It's not the personal attacks. It's not the money. It's the conservatives deciding not to vote because they think somebody else will take care of this. Every vote matters, folks. Let me repeat that. Every vote matters. And every conservative who stays at home makes it harder for our president, President Trump, who we love, to have the team he needs in Washington. So tonight I'm going to ask you to do 3 simple to vote on Tuesday. It's 5 days away, like the president says. Second, call at least one friend or family member and make sure they vote too. And third, remind them that President Trump has already made his choice in this race. If every person on this call will bring one additional voter to the polls, we will win this election for the president and for our nation. I'm Barry Moore, and I'm honored to earn your vote. Together, we're going to help President Trump secure that border, restore American strength, and keep Alabama represented by true, proven. God bless Alabama, and God bless this United States of America.
Thank you so much, Barry, for your message. I appreciate that. And thank you to President Trump for an inspiring message and your support for Barry Moore. So now it's time for our poll question. For our listeners, we would love to hear from you. This is an opportunity to participate with us. So you can use your phone's keypad to answer the poll question. The poll question is, can President Trump count on your vote for Barry Moore for U.S. Senate? Press 1 for yes. Press 2 for no. Press 3 for undecided. And we look forward to hearing from you. I will repeat the question so you have an opportunity to answer it, and you can use the keypad on your phone to answer the poll question. The question again is, can President Trump count on your vote for Barry Moore?
Your response has been registered.
Press 1 for yes. Press 2 for no. Press 3 for undecided. Thank you so much to everybody that participated with us this evening and in the poll. And Barry Moore is ready to serve as our senator for Alabama, and he is endorsed by President Trump. We invite you to check out Barry's website at barrymoreforalabama.com. Again, the website is barrymoreforalabama.com. So, reminder to please make a plan to vote in the Alabama primary runoff election, and remember that Election Day is on Tuesday, June 16th. The polls are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., and we hope to see you at the polls. Thank you, and have a nice evening. Paid for by Barry Moore for U.S. Senate, 888-926-1469. And this will conclude tonight's tele-rally. Thank you once again, and goodbye.